Hey Sparklers, how you doing? So today I have Tammie with me. As you know, I'm Empress Sparkle. I am a clairvoyant, Hellenist, and a witch, and I share with you my journey, chatting with guests here about their journey as well. So Tammie, would you mind introducing yourself, please?
Yeah, so hey everyone, I'm Tammie. I am a spiritual person just like all of you. I help women to connect back in with themselves and really understand what their authentic truth is.
Yes. So this I found interesting because I don't find many that do what I do. So this I found really interesting because as soon as you messaged me and you were like, "Yeah, I do energy healing," I was like, "I do energy healing. I've never heard of anyone describe it that way." And I was like, "I've got to get you on." So can I ask about your energy healing process, if you don't mind me?
Yeah, sure. So actually, I started out as a Reiki practitioner and loved that. And it's kind of transitioned over time, as our gifts do. And it's transitioned to that I can see the cords that tie people together. So I feel energy that way.
Yeah, so this is one thing that I really struggle with people. So everyone always says to me, "Oh my goodness, Amy, you're so amazing at tarot." And I'm like, "Yeah, because I don't listen to the actual tarot card I've got in front of me. Yes, it gives me hints, but I feel the energy because I'm exactly the same. I feel the energies of other people, how they intertwined with people, and it's so hard to explain to people that that's what I'm feeling. I can't even think of the words on how to explain how you can feel these different energies coming in. It's amazing to feel that. So one of the things I think I'm going to ask, lovely, is one of the things is like, so if you've got someone coming to you with relationship,
Yeah.
because we
Mhm.
have that a lot, don't we? How
Yes.
would you, how would you deal with them?
Yeah, so there's a couple different ways, and my sessions are very organic based on whatever is needed at the time. It could be a reading, it could be an actual energy healing, but actually, there's a modality that I'm bringing to the collective, and it's called soul contract mapping, where I map out on a map the chords that I'm seeing, and it releases energy in crazy ways.
Oh wow. See now you've got me here because I've never ever heard of this, right? And I keep getting everyone talking about human design. I respect it. I love it.
Right? It's like the new hot button thing.
Yeah. But for me, what you're talking about is amazing because for me, our souls entwine with each other and people
Exactly.
don't realize that.
Hmm. Yeah.
I'm loving that. So can I
Yeah.
ask how that works? Like, I'm like really
Of course.
intrigued now.
No, of course. So, like I said, it slowly developed over time. I started to see this image in my mind of like these almost bubbles of like me and my family members coming together. And then I saw these different colored cords that were supposed to be there. And I was like, what is this? And I ended up one year drawing it down on a piece of paper. And then wild things started to happen. I'm like, what's happening? What's changing? And now it's to the point where I've started introducing it to the collective. And I've had people that literally have results the next day, which is crazy.
This is one thing that I say to people. So obviously I do soul cleansing and stuff like that. So I no longer call it Reiki. I'm like yourself. Started out at Reiki and now I'm like, we're on soul cleansing. We're not on Reiki anymore.
Exactly.
And this is one of the things that I try to explain to these people. So I'll explain to you how I see souls. So I see souls in white, grey, and black.
Me too. Oh my God,
Oh
you
my God, no way!
too.
No! Oh my God!
Oh my God, that's so crazy.
For the viewers watching, this is such a rare gift. I literally meet no one else with it.
Uh-huh.
I'm really crying.
I know, I like don't have words. Oh,
Oh wow. Oh wow, oh wow. This is like amazing for me because I have never seen anyone, I've never spoke to anyone else that sees it this way.
Same. Same. Oh my gosh.
Oh wow.
Mhm.
I've literally, you're gonna be, they're gonna be shocked because they're gonna be like, Empress has no words. What's going on here? Oh wow. I've just never met anyone else that can do it.
Same. I mean, it started out with me like understanding what auras were, and then eventually it was like I've heard of people like, oh, I can see colors. I never got to that point. It was always like the white is almost clear energy, and then like the darker you go, like the more unaligned you are almost. No one's ever understood that before.
Yeah. This is why I'm so
Oh
excited.
my
So it's that I have to explain to them because obviously you can see I'm believe in the Greek gods. So I have to explain to them it's the way the Greek gods see their spirits, like the ghosts. White means that you can pass over, grey means you're stood here in
Is
regret.
that what that means? I didn't even know that. I'm learning things.
So yeah, so the Greeks believed that your white soul meant you could pass over and you could go past the river Styx. A grey soul sort of meant you were taken in a violent death or stuff like that. And then a black soul was your negative. So that would be your person that would turn into like your shadow men.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I'm like, that makes complete sense because when I meet a narcissist, they are so black.
Oh my gosh. I feel so seen right now. I feel so seen. Oh my, now I'm curious. Have you ever done work with anyone if they have that darker soul to be able to release the energy? Have you ever done that before? Oh, because I have.
No
Yeah.
way.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
How?
I had a really great mentor that when I moved to Poland, there was one of my students that I just knew something was off with his energy. I couldn't figure out what it was, and I said to her, "What's up?" And she's like, "There are negative entities in his body." So I did an energy release, and that was 4 years ago, and now his energy is so clear.
Oh, wow. See, I've managed to get away rid of obviously attachments, but never actually release their own energy because that is not easy.
Yeah.
Wow. Like, I teach them how to do it themselves
Mhm.
because I don't mean this rudely. Most of the work has to be done themselves. Oh my good, Tammy, that's amazing.
Yeah. It was so
Wow.
sweet. I wasn't expecting this. Divine intervention.
No, it's like excitement.
Yes.
I'm like
Oh,
trying to stop flappy hands at this precise minute because it's just like I don't think anyone will get this that's watching this quite well on how rare this is. Like
mhm.
I try it. Even the spiritual community think I'm insane when I talk to some of them because they're like, "What do you mean you see souls and they're white, grey, or black?" And I'm like, "That's how I see them."
Well, and that confuses me also with you saying that because like I don't know, I guess I knew I could see souls, but I feel like isn't that what we're working towards as spiritual leaders, as spiritual mentors, is to understand the soul? So if you're not, like, are you really practicing an alignment? No judgment, but
Oh, that is a good question. Wow, yeah. That is a good question because I do question some of the people that are practicing. I don't mean this rudely, but I do question some of them. That is a good question because if we're able to see the actual soul and see the aura of the actual soul,
yeah.
why aren't they able to? Why are they seeing only the auras of the person?
Yeah, and I also wonder if it is dependent on how old your soul is and what your mission is when you came in. Like, I wonder if that's a layer to it too.
See, this is a major thing to it. I feel personally within myself, it is a major part because my soul started off as sort of like really rich, really high when it first come here, and now it's like really poor, really like. But I don't feel like I need anything. So I feel like I've had to go on this. My soul's had to go on this journey of look, you've got to learn basically to be hubris. So I feel
Oh,
like it's gone on this journey to learn that. And this lifetime, even though the other lifetimes I've had the tarot skills and stuff like that, this
okay.
lifetime's the first time I've been able to see the souls.
Yeah,
So it's strange that you actually say that.
that is
Oh,
interesting. Oh my
it
God.
is.
So
It,
cool.
it is. I've just never met anyone else who can do it.
Yeah,
I've I've spoke to so many people and I've just never ever.
yeah.
Wow.
That's also why I feel like it's the, I don't know, special little sauce of my gifts, why I feel like I'm meant to bring forward this new modality. Because I feel like right now I'm just bringing it to the collective, and I'm just using it with people to help them. But eventually I want to teach other people. I don't feel like it's just supposed to be for me. I feel like people are supposed to be able to do this too. It's a higher purpose.
Yeah, see, that's exactly the point I'm at. Maybe we need to tag team this, my dear. So this is the point I'm at, and I'm just now doing sort of a group energy class sort of thing, and I'm doing obviously I've got how I sort of I hold my hands up. So I met an old lady that taught me this years
Hmm.
years ago. So there was someone else out there like us,
Hmm.
and she basically said to me, she told me straight, she was like, "You've got the gift."
Hmm.
And she told me straight. And she told me that she was the one that broke it to me. The reason everyone thinks I'm insane is because no one else sees them like this.
Yeah.
And
Hmm.
I held myself up.
Me?
Yeah, I don't want to. Shaking jazz hands now. And this is one of the things that for me is just amazing because I'm like, I want to share this with everyone. I want everyone to heal. I'm not talking about healing like emotionally and stuff like that. We all have our human emotions, but soul wise, that we've
Yes.
got to learn how to heal soul wise. So I'm on a similar journey. I'm like, I need to teach everyone
Mhm.
what I know. Sorry, I'm still struggling to get around the fact someone else can see souls the way I do.
It's okay. I'm right there with you. I feel, like I said, I feel so validated. I feel like, wow, hi person. Like, never
Yeah.
expects to meet someone that is like similar.
Yeah, see, this is the thing because I've now got to ask another question. I'm sorry, guys, if this is going really random, but it's I just can't get over it. Um, when you meditate and stuff, and when you see spirits that are obviously still stuck here or come back from, for me, from the underworld, they bring back messages. Can I ask a question? Do you see them in three different light forms when your eyes are shut, rather than actually the figure and the way they looked when they were here?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know if I've developed that part yet because I am a medium and I can see spirits and very often communicate with them. They just like to come here. Hey, I'm here. I don't know if I've seen them in that way. And it's maybe I do and I just don't realize it because I feel like I have a hard time labeling certain things that I see. I'm like, are you a spirit? Are you a being? Are you like, where do you fit? And I feel like I don't have the right terminology sometimes to be able to label what they are.
No, I do understand totally what you're saying there. So, because for me, sometimes I think what people don't understand is there is other beings out there, such as gods and goddesses, and other beings, such as a daemon, that can come to us in the presence of human form, but they're not
Hmm.
actually human. So
Hmm.
we have to sort of try and feel the energy and figure out
Yep.
what soul energy are you.
Yeah, no, exactly.
So I completely understand that. So for me, I'll explain is I see spirits like they are human, apart from the fact I can tell it's in my mind's eye.
Okay.
But I also, when and mainly when I shut my eyes, I will have like actual people and animals come to me, but they are either being like a growing green light
Oh,
or they're being like dark figures.
yes. Okay.
So it's
Okay.
sort of like I then have to decipher which is good and which is bad. I've still not done that part yet. I hold my hands up because I've been there for about the last year, year and a half.
Mhm.
As we know, sometimes the naughty ones like to trick us. So I'm sort of still at the point,
100%. Yeah.
yes,
And you have to really learn how to discern. Hmm.
yes. And this is one of the things I'm loving this because not other people understand this. So I had someone come through to me the other day and they wanted a mediumship and they were like, oh yeah, you definitely got it right, you definitely got it right, yeah, this is my dad and all of that. And all of a sudden I got a smell of sulfur, like really bad smell of sulfur. And I was like, so your dad in real life, he was a good person, weren't he? She was like, yeah. And I was like, I need to have a chat with you. And she was like, what? And I was like, this isn't your dad, you've got an attachment. And I
Hmm.
says, this is it trying to get closer to you.
Yep. Yep.
And she was like, what? And I was like, this is it trying to get closer to you. I was like, this is where mediumship, if you don't know what you're doing, can get dangerous. And she
Yep.
was like, what do you mean? And I was like, if I took another step without realizing what I was doing and saying to you, yes, carry on feeling his energy, carrying on letting him in, if I continued in this path, you would by tomorrow have an attachment
Yeah.
because they do that.
They do. And it's so funny. It's so funny how our gifts are. And I feel like I often trigger people when they're not ready. And I'm thinking about a call that I had with someone. And I'm like talking to them and they're very spiritual and they like are trying to figure out what they're doing on their path. And I just am looking at them on video call just like you. And I go, there's an energy above your shoulder. She's like, oh, it's positive, right? I'm like, no, it's not. I was like, it's definitely not. And I don't think that they expect that. I feel like it's really hard for sometimes people to process that. And I feel like even saying, because this is something that I've discovered recently, even if something is more of a negative energy, it might be that there are negative cords that are attaching people together. So it's not actually that they're a negative energy. If that makes sense.
No, completely. So this is something I actually discussed in a
Mhm.
video on YouTube. So how I got my attachment. So you'll most probably see that there is attachment somewhere here, which is one I cannot get rid of. So basically, I was abused as a child, and he passed 3 years after it stopped, and he's managed to attach to me since. Don't know how to get rid of him. I've really struggled. And I know that's because of my trauma. And I know that's sort of me not cutting a cord on it. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. And I have been in the exact same circumstance that you've been in. Not me personally, but I know someone that has been. And there is a way to release those cords because I've done it with someone else.
We might need a chat after this
Yeah.
then. We
Yeah.
might we might need a chat after this because I definitely need that because I've had it with bees since I was so my energy is good enough that I can put him in a corner. I know that sounds really weird, but I can put him outside my white boundary. But it is draining having always to have my white boundary up so I don't get depressed, so I don't get low is quite hard to cleanse every day nearly to make sure he's outside the house. It can get I don't know how to word it, but it can get very draining,
Yeah.
like very, very draining.
Yeah.
And this is one thing that I say to people most negative attachments, they come from something. I've had ladies where they've got, like myself, past trauma.
Hmm.
I've got ladies that have gone for abortions and they've got it because of that.
Yeah.
Because to them, what they're doing is a bad thing in their hearts, but they've got no other choice. So it's managed to go before
Hmm.
they've left the building. I've got ladies which have been in car accidents,
Hmm.
and purely all it is the person that it was attached to passed away in that accident. So it's
Yeah.
latched to them. And this is one thing that I say to people they can attach at any point.
Hmm.
Any point, and they don't all smell of sulfur. I just want to say that to you guys. They I think for us they smell rotten. That's why I
Hmm.
use the term smell sulfur, but I don't think for everyone they can smell that, if that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely.
It's yeah. Oh, sorry, I'm still getting over the point that someone can see I'm like me. I'm
Yeah.
still getting over that because it's like I'm actually look, I'm shaking.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I've been on my journey for a really long time and I've discovered a lot about myself. And I've been told that I do a lot energetically, more than I even know. I feel like from what I've been told by other spiritual people, I'm actually still on the cusp of my gifts. My gifts are so much bigger than I even realize. Yeah.
How much bigger can our gifts get?
I don't know. I
Like,
don't know.
I know we've both got the same gift here, right? But how much bigger can it get? We already see souls. We already are masters at clairvoyance. I'm guessing you're masters at clairvoyancy. We're already like
Yeah.
everyone says to me, no one can do tarot like you can. You obviously, I'm guessing you can, lovely, because I don't mean it rudely. Wow. Um, I'm just like, how much more can we master? We're already, I see ghosts 24/7. I have spirits coming to me 24/7 trying to help them and stuff.
Mhm.
How, yeah, I want to know. We need to find someone that's been through this.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, what I've been told by other spiritual people is that when it comes to like the darker energies that we're talking about, I am in my sleep, and even when I'm actively like working with someone, I'm putting them back wherever they actually came from. Like wherever the original point was that they came from, I'm putting them back there. That's one of my gifts.
See, now that are actually explained. So I'll hold my hands up. I've kept myself very out the spiritual community. Sadly, when I first started in the 90s, I didn't have a good experience. So
Mm.
I've kept myself out of the spiritual community because of that up until the last sort of year. That would actually make sense to me. And the reason why I say that would make sense is because I'm I blame it on a savior complex. So anyone that meets me will say it's a savior complex. Now I'm thinking with what you've just said, maybe it's not a savior complex. I'm naturally feeling the fact these people have got something attached to them.
Exactly. Mm.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is
I feel like I'm blowing your mind left and right.
you are it's like we're both teaching each other about our own gifts. It's like,
Yeah.
wow, it's amazing because I think this is the thing when you've not met someone else with your gift, like
Hmm.
I wish this lady that taught me, and all she taught me was how to protect myself with my energy, and then she disappeared on me. Like, to be honest, the way I talk about her, she sounds like she was a spirit guide that come to me like,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
but she wasn't. I swear to you, she was a real person. I could touch her, and but saying that, I could touch her. So
Yeah.
I sound insane at the minute. Just ignore that. Scrap that from the record.
Yeah.
But she taught me how to bring it up and how to learn how to protect myself when I was in environments where I could feel the negative feeling and
Mhm.
stuff like that. And this is one of the things that, for me, it's like we need more people to guide us on this. Like, so if anyone does know anything about this, do get in touch because, yeah, it's wow. I still can't get over it. I,
No, but I agree with you. I feel like spirituality is becoming like this hip new thing, but there's a lot of misinformation and there's not the best guides out there, and that's one of the things that I feel really drawn to, especially because a lot of my healing journey was in the beginning figuring things out by myself. I didn't have a guide for like the first 5 years of my journey. I just figured stuff out by myself, and I don't want others to have to go through that.
See, this is one of the things that I love about that. So, from when I started my journey at 14 until
Mhm.
25, I was on my own and it was more of a witchcraft and tarot journey. And I did sort of have a spirit guide that come in my dreams about tarot, which was my granny. I call her Granny Annie.
Mhm.
And everyone laughs because she's my double. If you look at her photo, everyone's like, "Oh my God, she's your double." So I'm like, well, maybe that was me.
That was my like thought right away.
Yeah, maybe I was her.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm just reborn. But
Yeah.
um, we believe that our memories are separated from our soul, and it's our memories that we talk to in spirit for me and my children rather than actually the soul, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the things that for me, everyone's like, oh, yeah. And then I hit 25 and I was in a really bad place. And I met this lady. We met up at a coffee shop because I was like, this lady wants to teach me something. And I'm like, I don't want to take her home like near my kids. And what she taught me was amazing. Like, she taught me then how to bring up my energy and stuff like that. And we were doing all that sort of thing. And then she just disappeared on me. I don't know whether she passed, sadly, or what happened to her, but she just disappeared. And part of me now, I am sat here thinking, listening to this, and I'm like, she does sound like a spirit guide. So I can imagine having to actually figure that out on my own. That would have been a very one lonely place because especially the 90s, early 2000s, backwards, we were seen as insane.
Mm-hmm.
We weren't seen as okay. And two, this isn't an easy thing to learn,
Mm-mm.
especially when I don't know whether you meditate and you push your white light out to protect your home and stuff. When you're doing stuff like that, if you allow 1 ounce of negativity, if you've not actually took all negativity out of your own energy that day, you're in trouble. So
Yeah.
learning that on your own, oh, honestly, hats off to you, lovely.
Yeah.
Honestly.
In my early 20s, that I didn't know it at the time. I wasn't actually spiritual at the time. It was a whole hot mess at the time in my life. A whole hot mess. Um, my very first experience spiritually, now like thinking back, was my Kundalini awakening.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, it was, I was in interior design school at the time, and I don't know why it started happening. My hands started shaking as I was drafting. And then eventually it came to the fact where my appendages would shake and it would go from one arm down to the leg, down to the other leg, to the arm, to my head. And at the same time as it was happening, I was like, I feel like if I tell it to stop, it'll stop. But I felt crazy with that. And it was to the point where like I went to a neurologist and they're like, oh, it's a manifestation of your depression.
Yes. So I will explain this to you guys. So I have what that under the doctors, I have what's called restless legs and muscle spasms. These are actually so what we get is if we pent up too much of our energy, we actually get what I call the shakes.
Mm-hmm.
So it's basically our body sort of like saying to us, you've got too much negative energy, get rid of it,
Is that
or
what that is?
yeah.
Learning new things.
And the body part bit that you're shaking is actually the pit that has the negative energy in it.
Learning new things. Thank you
So,
for telling me, 'cause I've struggled with that forever.
no, that's fine. So, what I do is I meditate and I breathe it out and cover it in the white light and then push it away
Oh,
so it doesn't come back. So, the main place I actually get them is muscle spasm in my ribs,
mm-hmm.
my legs, and my pinky.
No, all right.
I
Okay.
don't know why my pinky, but I do.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's like we're holding such negative energy in that area
Mm.
that it's like our white light, because we're meant to be natural white light. It's
Yeah.
like we're going, come on, get rid of it, get rid of it, get rid of it, get rid of it. And it's different. I don't know how to explain it to people because I think this is important, but it's different from like where you saw me where I'm shaking with excitement. It's
Yeah.
different from that. It's not even like a muscle spasm as well. It's a real weird feeling. Don't think I
It
can
is.
explain it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's in between a muscle spasm, and if you've ever had electric shock, it's in between them.
Yes.
I would
Mm-hmm.
explain it. It's in between them. But yeah, that's so basically something's happened during that time that's repent too much kept too much negative energy in that area of our bodies. So
Wow.
yeah.
That's really, really interesting. I'm learning all types of things.
I know. wow, it's so exciting. It's so nice speaking to someone else that actually has the gift. It's like
Mm-hmm.
it because it just no one gets it. No one gets how hard it is. Especially for me personally, I get quite down. My one of my things that I struggle with negativity at the minute is because I get quite down watching all the frauds on TikTok and Facebook and Instagram. I
Mm-hmm.
watch them and I'm like, they've got a bigger following than me just because they're telling you what you want to hear,
So true. So
isn't
true.
it? And it's like, why are you going to these frauds? Why are you spending your hard earned cash
Yeah.
to people because they're either famous or they're a they've been quoted online that they're famous, they've had newspapers written about them,
Mhm.
or just purely because, not even because they're cheap, some of them are more expensive than me, but
Mhm.
just purely for the sake of the fact that they've got more following.
Yeah.
And
Hmm.
that really upsets me because one of the ladies, someone I went to go with at the start of last year, she was intrigued by my gift, massively intrigued. So she wanted me on her energy program to see how I would deal with it. So she was like, I'll give you a couple of sessions free. And then I think it was £2,000 every 6 months. So I was like, oh, okay, this sounds interesting. I was like, I'll have a chat with you. I'll have a chat with hubby, see where we go. And then when we had a chat, I rung up and she says, right, I want to do just a feel of your energy and stuff like that. And she was like, oh, by the way, one of the things I've got to send you in the post is magic mushrooms. And I was like, you've got 25 customers paying you 2 grand every 6 months, which is a lot of money. For
Yeah.
25 customers is a lot of money. And I went, are they all on magic mushrooms? She's like, yeah, it's part of the course. I
Oh.
was like, what? And she went, what? You don't take anything to see spirits or anything when you're meditating? I was like, no. She went, oh, I just assumed you did. And this is what some of the energy people are doing, guys, by the way, tricking you to make you think you can see spirits, you can see energy, then making you take drugs. And I was just like, what the I was literally so shocked at this. And I do
That's
have
just
to
not, like sitting in integrity at all.
see, this is it. It's shocking that there is a lot of these out there. And that is where I think my upset mainly lies, if that makes sense. Because I'm like, you've got real ones like me and yourself. And
Mhm.
I'm just loving the fact that you could do what I could do.
Yeah.
And it's
Mhm.
just like you watch people getting frauded. Like I put my videos up now for free. They don't even have to come on my program now. I put them up on YouTube for free if they want to do the meditation and stuff, because I'm more into at least you're actually getting the healing.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just so worrying. It is.
It really is. It really is. I mean, and it's funny that you say that like they were doing these mushrooms to be able to get to that point. Because I've had people that have said to me, like, so you've seen all this, like, what have you done? Like, what drugs have you done? I'm like, Nothing. No, nothing. Like these are just this is just who I am. This is just my gifts. And it feels like, and no offense to anyone that does that, it's totally your prerogative to live your life the way you want. But also to a degree, as someone that's experienced a lot without it, it almost feels like really bypassing your gifts and bypassing really learning who you are and what you can do and what your specific sauce of gifts are.
Yes. See, this is one of the important things I think, because as we know, our gifts are grabbing. As I said to you a year ago, I can now shut my eyes and I can see figures and stuff like that now. And this is one of the things that for me, people don't seem to realize our gifts grow every day.
Yeah.
And it's even with tarot. Sometimes I'll be draw out a card and I'll be like, all of a sudden I can get a new aura from it. And I'm like a new feel from it. And people are like, oh, you must take something, Amy, to have first learned. You must have done this. There's a famous tea which is going around TikTok at the minute that people are trying to get people to try. And I'm like, I never touched it.
Mm-mm.
I've never ever touched it. And I say to him all the time, I would dread the fact if I ever did it. Because if I did that, one, I'm going to invite every negative energy in
Mm-hmm.
that's like within 100 miles radius. I would be the exorcism of Emily Rose on the floor. Like, I would be the exorcist. My head would be spinning. I'm like, there's just no way that I could do that.
Yeah.
And people, I dread to think if they're like us and they're stuck and they're not sure where they're going. Could you imagine then taking hallucinations?
Mm-mm.
Oh, God. That's actually quite a scary thought.
It is. It's very scary. And I don't know. I have thoughts that are coming, but they're not coming at the same time. It just feels really unaligned to me.
Yeah, I can feel that. I've had about spirits come in as if to say, yes, we approve this message. Get it out. Get it out. All of a sudden, they've all come in like, please
Oh,
get this message out.
sorry, that's probably my guides. I have a lot of guides. They're probably coming here right
It should be some of mine as well. I think this is one of the things that are frustrating a lot of the spirit guides as well. I meet people after they've been on these sort of courses to sort of, I don't want to use the term correct what they've been
now.
taught, but in some ways correct it. And I find my spirit guides are like, come on, fix her, fix her. And they're like all round me and they're like very anti. Our gifts aren't made for money. We're meant to make money off it to be able to live, but
Yeah.
we're not meant to make money out of it like they are with other aspects involved.
Hmm.
Have I worded that right?
I feel like you did. Yeah. Yeah. But
um,
I feel like there's also this space of like the people that you see on TikTok and stuff, I feel like they almost explain the basics of things. And people don't realize once you get into spirituality, truly, my gifts are similar to your gifts, but they're also different. Everyone has their own things that, yes, I can teach you a certain degree, but you also need to learn yourself. It's not just me giving you all of the information. You need to explore within yourself and find out who you are and what your gifts are and how to use them.
see, that is perfect explanation because I see gifts as a fingerprint. Every gift is different.
Yes.
So I may be able to pick up this off a tarot card. We'll just go random tarot card. So I might be able to look at that and I'll see someone trying to fight back. Whereas
Yeah.
you might look at that and see someone being pushed back.
Yeah.
So it's sort of like, and this is one of the things that I think everyone, it really frustrates me because people
Mhm.
don't get every gift is different.
Yes.
Like I've got a lady that always stands in my corner facing the wall. Don't know why. She just stands there. And whenever I try to talk to her, she just shrugs at me
Hmm.
when I have a certain person around. And for me, it's like, just leave her there because
Yeah.
that's her spirit all wanting to do. Whereas someone else may come in like yourself when this lady's in, and that spirit may go, actually, I'm going to talk to you
Yeah.
because your fingerprint is different to my fingerprint.
Yeah. Exactly.
And yeah, I love that. I do love that.
And also with it, this is one of my beliefs. I've tried a ton of different modalities, and I feel like it's gotten me to the place where I am. I feel like everyone should do that. Like, I understand, I've had different mentors that have helped me in various areas. I can help you in this way, but and also money is a thing, but I can help you in this way, but I have no issue with you going to this person and this person. And I feel like sometimes in the spiritual space, there's this competitiveness. Like,
Yes.
you have to be mine, you have to pay me, you have to. That's not authentic, I feel like. I can only help you to a certain degree, whereas this person can help you in a completely different aspect.
I think for me, so, and I think that's where me and you are very different. I'm like, as long as they're real and they're actually benefiting you, go to
Hmm.
them. That is my attitude. As long as they're real and they're benefiting you, go.
Exactly.
Because people were shocked the other day because I sent people over to Dr. Anishka because she does similar to us, but not quite the same.
Yeah, exactly.
Um, and I was like, because you don't actually need what I'm giving, you need the psychology side as well.
Exactly. I totally agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I love how we're in the same mindset. I just like, oh, sorry,
I
I get excited
I
easy.
love attracting in people like that because, like I said, there's either I feel like the very few camp of us that are like, let's share everything so that people can truly become who they are, and then there's the other side that's like, no, they're mine. Like I need them just me, and that just doesn't make sense to me because I can't help you in every single way that you need.
See, that's the frustrating thing for me. So I will get someone come through to me and I'll be like, I really want to help this person. Let me help you. Please let me help you. And I will want to so desperately help them, but they'll get someone else in their ear or something. And it's just like, it's just so frustrating. I
Mhm.
think of the words have just gone from my head for some reason. Sorry.
That's okay.
Um, but yeah, it's just so like they the competitiveness is bad in it. I'll hold my hands up. The competitiveness and the ones which are over there are sort of more life coaches. They're the ones which are still in the Canva posts.
Yeah.
Sorry to say that, if that makes sense. Um, but it's worrying though how many frauds are out there, and there's no way to check everyone. That is
Hmm.
the worst thing. There's no way to check everyone. And I think that's one of the worst things. And that's why I love, like, I know now I've got someone else I can work with. If they're not working well with me, I can send them to Tammie. I can be like, right,
Yeah.
okay, you're not working well with me. Well, hold
Yeah.
on a minute. I've got a lady that you can go to because that's why I'm loving doing these, if I'm honest, because I get to learn who's real and who's not.
Yeah.
These
Hmm.
I don't know whether you do many podcasts, Tammy, but you do get to learn who's real and who's not through the podcast.
Yeah.
No
Mhm.
matter how annoyingly chatty they are, because they're so excited and keep forgetting their words.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
um, so yeah, it's wow. I still can't get over it. I know we're meant to be having a conversation, but it really has
Mhm.
blown my mind that we're definitely going to have to do another one where it's more sense, where I can actually stay
Yeah.
calm.
Yes.
Um, because it really this has really blown my mind, absolutely blown my mind because 25, I was 25 when I met her. I'm 40 this year. So oh God, I've made myself feel old. So 15 years and she only taught me how to bring my energy up. So I don't even know whether she had the gift like us where we can actually see the soul connections and all that. I've never met anyone else that can.
Yeah. Hmm. I haven't.
It's no.
No.
It's wow.
Mm-hmm.
It has flabbergasted me. I have to say that, Tammy. I have to say that, lovely.
Yeah.
Tammy, my lovely, have you got last few words for my guests before we end things?
Yeah. I mean, like you said, if there's anyone that feels aligned to working with me, heck yeah, you know. But I'm just here to serve. I feel like I'm here to bring my gifts to the collective, to bring this new modality to the collective because I feel like we truly need it at this point.
We truly do. We truly do. The world's going to kaput, so we definitely do.
Yeah. Mhm.
Thank you so much. Tammy's links will be down below, guys. So do check them out. All right. And do go over and check her out. Now you've found someone else like me. You always say there's no one else like me. Well, now there is. So, anyway, guys, don't forget, guys, keep sparkling.